Number 12 on the ballot, the new force, Nana Kwame Bediako.
Let me find out. I mean, is it the first time you are visiting Tamale?
Second time, but this is really the first time I'm coming to radio stations. And yeah, let me take this time to big up Radio Tamale, the voice of Tamale.
Yeah, so I mean, with the few places you visited, I don't know how many places you visited, I mean, since you got in, and whether you have, I mean, really seen some potentials. If you have some dreams that you think that the northern region need to really tap into, and if you eventually get the opportunity to be the president, what specifics? Because we've had government says that we'll set up a district, I mean a factory in every region or in every district. It ended up being in a different story altogether. In the northern part, Canadian Japan says that I have seen that I can put a watermelon factory somewhere. I think that a juice factory somewhere. What have you seen in the northern part that you think that, getting the opportunity to be a president?
Well, first of all, just to answer your question, I want to say to you, Robicon, that it's one thing to say, it's another thing to do.
Exactly.
It's very easy to say things, but it's very hard to do it. And you know, as you already know, we're young people who have created and built landmarks ourselves. We have built developments. We have created jobs and businesses, entrepreneurial skills. That takes a lot of responsibilities. I hope that these politicians are doing the same before they even come and sit in those chairs they're sitting in.
When you become a president, you are taking care of a country, and now the difference will be clear.
I don't think you are hearing what I said. It's based on the experience that we've had in the past. That is what can make us say what we're capable of doing. Now, we're not here to give promises, which I know that a lot of politicians are out there giving promises. No, politicians give promises. I'm not a politician. I'm a leader. I have a purpose, and my purpose is very different. If I have to look at Tamale today, one of your biggest problem here, you're more or less a landmark. A landlock, but you also have the potential to distribute to the nation, because you have a lot of cashew, you have a lot of shea butter, you have a lot of things. But your first thing that I'm going to ask you is, have you ever thought about your assets? Okay, the infrastructure for you to distribute these things with speed. Even if I was to build a factory here, what is the point if I have to drive 12 hours from Accra to come and pick those things? I will not come. So I have to find a way to, first of all, build a master plan. A master plan can start with just an infrastructure of let's say 500 kilometers of a railway. That is speed train that will bring 500 containers from Accra to Tamale. Then I can start building Tamale. How do you think these factories that the politicians are promising you that you're going to build, how do you think it's going to get here? One plant is the size of 4 or 5 houses. How they're going to put it on the road and shake it and bring it here? So some of them are lying to you, because it's not going to be that easy. You need to create a massive planning, not just a town planning. It's called master planning. And any successful person in this world, they are the mastermind behind their master game. They plan. And that is what life is about. I want to encourage the kids who are listening to me now that life is to be lived. But what is important out of life, that in fact is more important than life, is the time. Because when you run out of time, there's no more life. And it's how you use your time. If you're ready to use your time, then you have to become a good planner. Tamale needs good planning. There is infrastructure. I know that there is water that is supposed to come from Accra all the way here. I forgot the name, but it's
from, we have the Barry Dam.
Barry Dam
that comes from Burkina Faso.
Okay, so when I was doing my research, I realized that there are teak trees in it that is over 170 years.
We have the black volta, we have the white volta, so all running through.
So in the Western world, what they do is, when they see these things, they see great opportunities: tourism, coastal transportation, some call it ferry, and different things. How do you do that? You do dredging. Dredging is industrial. If you don't have any industrial mind, you can never dredge one water to meet another. And I'm going to give you a good example. Dubai is a desert. Go there today. It's like an island. The whole sea is around it. How do you think they got the sea there? They had to start dredging. It's industrial mindset. How do you think they built the building to 110 floors? Without industrialization, you can never build your country, and neither can you build a nation. So for all of those who have come as leaders or politicians in this country that have not thought on basis of industrializing their people, their lands, their resources, and the human resources, the mineral resources, these people, we should skip the noise and obey the voice. They're full of noises. I believe in the old mindset that started leadership in Ghana, that were going the industrial way. One great example was Kwame Nkrumah. He was bringing a lot of wole. You can't eat wole in those days because they needed the skins to do other things. Okay, after Kwame Nkrumah stopped, they started eating the wole and stopped the industrializing the wole. Now they kill the cow and everything is consumed. You see, we have to recycle what we have. We have to start to industrialize ourselves and create jobs. Are we refusing to do so? We shouldn't. And even if they don't allow us to do it, we are doing it as a new force. So it's a force, really. So
what do you make of some suggestions that, I mean, these are brilliant ideas you are espousing, but then you seems to be in the minority, and becoming a majority will take a lot of time. And I saw your video on social media, a gentleman advising that you should join one of the political parties. And what do you make of such suggestions? That yes, the idea is there, but to become a president, I mean, where we still have dominant political parties that are two major political parties, it's not going to be easy.
I don't want to be a politician. I want to be a leader.
But you cannot be a leader politically, I mean, without getting into politics.
So I'm trying to tell you that I don't want to be in that realm. I still want to move as a mover and leadership, and let the people themselves decide what they want for leadership. This is the only way to tweak the narrative a little. So if we want to just dwell on NPP and NDC, we're going to be doing the same thing for the next 200 years. And if we haven't moved for the past 40 years, there's no one that can tell me in the next 200 years there will be such a huge change. And I don't want to join. If you find people swimming in water or some kind of sea and they don't come back out to the shore, they're probably being eaten by crocodiles or some sharks in the water. If you want to jump in and swim with them, you stand more risk than the ones who are already swimming in there. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's what I don't want to do. I don't want to put myself in that risk of becoming a politician and then I end up letting my people down. I end up letting the whole nation down. I cannot bear that punishment. I cannot see myself letting a whole nation down. I would rather let myself down and say that yes, I messed up in life, but I'm responsible for messing up. But to let a nation down, no. If I get the opportunity to build a nation, that would be the biggest legacy that I'm destined for. And I will do whatever I have to do in my possible means for a kid that is not born yet to mention my name, to remember.
So if you get an opportunity today, just let us know the critical change you will make, or changes you want to make in the system to achieve that bigger dream you are. Because we have seen politicians say, you say you don't want to be a politician, you want to be a leader. We have seen some people who in the attempt coming into power will tell you that in the first 3 months or 90 days in power, these are the changes I would want to put in place, the foundation I want to build. What foundations would you want to create?
So Robicon, first of all, change is not easily done. Okay? Change happens in many affluent decades. You know, it's a transition. It's not a project. You can't use a project to change a country or to change a nation, but you can build them. And we all know the process of building. So the first thing that I think I can do, but not to change, is to go to the foundation of this nation The foundation of this nation is the youth. And start to secure their lives, start to secure their future, start to take the fear away from them and start to give them hope, start to let them know about their resources, their mineral resources, and the capacity and ability that they have within the human resources around them. So then they start to think about what they're going to do around their surrounding, how they're going to create wealth, how they're going to build themselves, how they're going to build their hope. I think we can start from there, first of all, and then going back to the roots of all the problems that we're having in this country. Everyone is complaining about it. I will go to the roots and start to apply the solution for it, because the complaint is not going to move us from there. And I'm not here to complain about NPP or NDC. For me, it's a waste of time. Whatever mistakes that they've done, I either learn from it or get a chance to find the solution for the problems that they have caused, so I can move some foot forward. So for me, I don't really think that I'm ready to give promises that in the first 3 months when I get to office, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But some of the things that I think I will initiate would help this country. I mean, we're still here and we're giving gold in exchange of dollars, and then we're pledging it to our city. And then we're crying about currency devaluation. What a definition of stupidity that we are standing in front of ourselves. You know, you have the gold. The gold determines the value of every currency, but you're trading it for someone else's currency and pledging your currency to that person's currency, while they take your gold and go and look for more money to come and borrow it to you for more interest and take your concessions. So are we still under slavery? Yes, maybe we should start asking ourselves these questions. And if we are still, what kind of slavery is this? This is diplomatic slavery. So you might have a president, you might have a minister, but they are all still going through under diplomatic slavery. They take 10% and give 90% away, the same way that only 10% have jobs and 90% are jobless. We need to reverse this.
We've had some leaders say that it's not easy. I mean, easy like you're talking about. You have traveled wide, just like some of the leaders we have. I've always been asking myself a question that you go see all the beautiful things across the world. You come over to your own land, you get the opportunity, you're able to do same things. The good roads, better standards of living, you cannot replicate the same.
It costs money.
Despite so that is what I'm saying. With all that you have put out, I'm reading messages with people saying that you have beautiful ideas, but here is the case: it goes beyond just that. It goes beyond the talk. You say it costs money.
Yes.
Do we have the money?
Money is built. Money is created. Money is protected. Money is used with wisdom and knowledge. Money is not used based on stolen stuff, based on running and cheating and robbing people. Money cannot stay like that. Now answer my question for me, if you can. That do you think as a country we can borrow money from outside to build all our roads and build all our problems? Do you think we'll be able to take billions of dollars to come from outside and feed all these poor people and build all our roads and build skyscrapers with it? Do you think that should be the strategy?
Our leaders tell us that even Nigeria, America.
No, forget the leaders. I want to see you now.
I'm only answering your question with the excuses that have been given by people who are already ruling the land. They tell you that even America is borrowing. For that matter, they have developed to a particular start. And this will also take us out of the promise.
Well, since you didn't answer my question and you answered it through the leaders, let me re-answer what you and the leaders are thinking. Americans are borrowing money, but they are cutting their own money, so they can choose to say that I've borrowed 3 million or 3 trillion, and they cut it themselves. We don't cut our money. Somebody else is cutting it for us. So if you go and borrow it, you owe your life to them. If Americans tell you they borrow money, they owe their own life to America, because they're the ones cutting the money. You go to China, they're cutting their own money. You go to Dubai, if you come to Africa, we're the ones sitting down waiting for someone to bring the money for us. What a flimsy excuse that is bringing the stupidity out of us. There is no value in us when you go outside the terrain or the boundaries of Africa. They think Africans cannot do anything. That's why we are acquiring degrees in Ghana, and when we go to England, they turn us to cleaners because they don't respect us. If you cannot make your gold become cash for you and solve your problems for you, and you go to outside bankers to give you money, to give you 3 billion to relieve you from your economic crisis, what kind of leaders and what kind of people are you to sit down and think that some white man is coming to save you? This should stop. We should stop it. I mean, I know you're asking me good questions and great questions, and you think that the other people have said it this way and that way. I don't believe in it, Robicon. I'm sorry. I'm a strictly non-believer of all of these things, and I don't believe in excuses as well. I don't want to believe in complaints. I just want to deal with solutions, because we were born on this earth with problems already. And the ones that started solving problems from the early age are some of the most successful people you see in the world. The ones that thought that if I can make the world become this way, it will be a better place. Today, you see Bill Gates trying to move us from, in fact, moved us from microwave to Microsoft. Today, everybody's bills is going through his gates. You know, his Microsoft is got him. Everyone is paying him. Okay, and that's good intentions. Good intentions. We Africans, on the other hand, we are either waiting for someone to come and give us aid all the time. Who is bringing something for us? We're going to borrow money to fix our roads. We're going to do, and the gold is on your ground. How can you be sitting on gold mine and you're looking for gold? There must be something wrong with us, and we're stopping our children from making money. We're stopping our people from becoming successful. Ever since I became successful in Ghana, I realized one of our biggest problems is not even our leaders who are sort of robbing us and leaving us empty. I realized that we have adopted a disease, a mentality that is a disease, that if I don't have what you have, then I have a question for you. Where did you get it from? This is the mentality we have in this country. Why can't you just make it, how did you get it, instead of where did you get it from? You see, when I started my journey, you were not there to ask me where I'm going.
So they think every rich man is a criminal?
No, but it's not even a matter of a criminal. It's you're asking someone that has already passed the borders that you're yet to cross. How did you get there? That's it. You know, instead of asking them that show me how to get there, they're asking you as if they have been there and you have sneaked your way through the border without them seeing it.
Where did you get it?
Exactly. And I think it's a mentality that we have to change, because if we don't change this mentality, first of all, we have to remember that the same people who are thinking like this are the same people who are also voting to put leaders there. So if the leader is already corrupt and the citizen is also corrupt, then what's going to happen? He comes and he gives you bribe, then you give your thumb to this guy, and then after that he also takes whatever he wants from you for 8 years. So, you know, thief man, no problem here. Yes, that's what's happening. And I think I want the new generation, the new nation, the new force that is coming to have that different mentality. That's not the way we're going to live.
So this is what you have spotted, one of the critical challenges among the people. How do you think that people who have lived several years with such mentality, you can shift it within a period of time? This will take a long time to do.
Oh, my brother. When I was young, I only wanted a bicycle. I thought it would have taken me forever to get one, because I didn't have the money to buy it until someone actually gave me. But I also gave it away one day. But from the bicycle, I also didn't think that in the next 30 years I was going to own
different
fleet of cars, buildings, skyscrapers, and all these blessings that God has graced me with. So let's not restrict ourselves from reaching our goals. Let's believe that with time things are possible, and when you start things, people get inspired, people get motivated. It might not be the whole Ghana, but a part of it can start to impact the rest that is coming. A little group can become a big nation.
Yes.
And small numbers can turn to millions. Let's just have that great mentality, a positive mentality, and be able to change our world, because I can't change this place alone, and I can't transform it alone. It's going to take all of us to do it, and we have to change our mindset. I believe so. I believe that it's very possible. In fact, I am going to go further and further and further after Ghana to other places in Africa. I feel like my mission is not just to become a president in Ghana. These guys are happy. You think being a president is a big thing for me? No, I'm sorry, it's not. In fact, is a disgraceful position, because people have become presidents and they've let the country down. In fact, they regret in the end that why did I do this, because everyone is cursing them. So it's not something that is so interesting.
So
but
whether you win or not, you are not really moved.
it's not like I'm not moved, okay? And I just want to correct you here. You know, you should not be moved because you won. Okay? Now, when you win, you earn. When you lose, you learn. Both ways can help you in life. Sometimes people need to lose to learn to become a great winner, so they have the right champion tactics. Sometimes people win and then they don't manage what they've earned properly, so when they lose, they fall flat. It depends what kind of situation you fall in life. Now the point is, are we talking about going up or falling or doing all of this? No, all of that, it's part of the experiences I'm having in life. What is really important for me right now is the legacy of impacting my society, my continent, my people, black people. You know, I want to be able to give you back your heritage value. I want to be remembered like the Sheikh Akmatums, like the Haile Selassies, like the Kwame Nkrumahs, and say that this guy came, he said that he was going to do this, he was going to move this, and he shook the world, and he changed the world, and he gave us access to a better life. For me, this is what I call wealth.